Hello and welcome to another update video about Polkadot. The dot chart suffered today, certainly due to the sell-off, but you can see here that we haven't seen any break of our support area. Rather, we had a one-day wick to the downside. Oh, well, it wasn't a one-day wick. It was a very rapid sell-off and a quick recovery. So at the moment, our support zone isn't broken, and actually the price is still above the lower channel boundaries, the channel's lower boundary line. Yeah, I mean, it was affected by the volatility we have seen, but we haven't seen a sustained break of support. Yeah, and we haven't had a break into the wave 1 price region, which makes such a wave 4 invalid in an impulse. So at the moment, I think we can still go with this scenario here. We have, in my reading, only 3 waves to the upside, okay? Now, if the price gets now a sustained break below today's low, which was made, well, just below 681, I think around $6.70, well, then I really cannot count this and see this anymore as an impulse. I think I would then have to find an alternative. I thought about an alternative today. The best I can do is, well, in a bullish alternative would be an alternative way of counting the 5-wave move up, but it's not one that I like, okay? So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is nothing I would trust, yeah? 1, 2, 3. This is, I'd rather not do this, okay? I'd rather not do this because from a Fibonacci level point of view, the wave 3 is too short. It's valid, but it's not going to be my primary scenario. So I would then rather see this move up. So basically with a break below today's low, I will probably start to view this as an A, B, C structure, which then topped here, which could be bearish and could take it to new bear market lows, but it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible that this is just a larger A, B, C structure. Okay, so that's something to be aware of. By the way, I want to make that a little clearer on the chart. So what we're going to do, we're going to move here this sort of, we make that target area a little smaller there. This is, by the way, the target area for the 5th wave there to the upside. Let's keep it like that. And what I would like to do, this was obviously, so the primary count is here in yellow. That's the 5-wave move up. But we cannot ignore the potential for an ABC structure. So we'll take the smaller degree ABC off and just leave the larger degree on there. Otherwise, it's too messy on this chart. Eliminate the previous support levels. But this is basically what we're then dealing with, a larger ABC structure, okay? This wouldn't be great because that will make the entire chart less certain and certainly less bullish overall. But it's a possibility that we can explore further and which we have to explore with a break below today's low. Yeah. So how would that look like? Well, it could be, for example, that this ABC is just then a larger A wave, B wave, C wave. But I don't really want to explore that now. I think we first have to see if today's low is holding. Below today's low, we can look for a much deeper pullback in this B wave. I'm going to add a support area to the chart for that scenario. But it's not going to be great. Yeah, this would be the alternative B wave pullback support zone. Do I like it? No, because any B wave or any ABC rally will make the chart less certain. So ideally, for a more bullish outlook, we get a 5-wave move to the upside. As suggested, support level hasn't broken, so there's still a chance. But obviously, it's getting challenged, which means we have to put an alternative scenario onto the chart, which would be short-term or bearish, but could still be seen as an overall bullish scenario. At least then we are dealing with a larger B wave, probably just a larger corrective pullback, which would be followed by a C wave to the upside, which could be a 5-wave move. So the C wave will also have a 1-2 setup where we could then, for example, find an entry point in wave 2. If anybody wants to trade this, 3, 4, 5. This would be just an alternative. In this scenario, the chart should not break below $4.39. If it does, well, then we're dealing really with a much more bearish scenario, because even in this, let's say short-term bearish, but still bullish ABC structure, the B wave shouldn't really get a sustained break below $4.39. So that's something to consider. If the next rally now is not impulsive and we're not gonna see these targets reached, but instead it's clearly corrective, it's clearly just a three-wave move up, then we're probably dealing with A, B, C. Difficult market. So it will depend on how the next rally is structured. That can tell us a lot about how the move to the downside is likely going to, or if there is going to be another move to the downside, yeah? So corrective rally below the previous high could actually be a short trade setup for this move to the downside. But primarily, I'm still watching for higher in wave 5. I'll keep you updated. Today's move certainly, well, challenged the immediate bullish scenario, but didn't invalidate it. So we're just watching if another low is forming, and if it does, then we'll take it from there and have to assume actually that we are likely in a B wave. How that exactly is going to look like, we need to see. I can imagine that even here in this C wave, we might get another marginally lower low, but then is the problem, it would be too low for a wave 4. I would then really need to look at a B wave pullback here, because in a wave 4, we don't want to break below the 50% fib level. So any new low will likely send it below it. That wouldn't be great for the yellow count. I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.